Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair. Welcome to another video in my Sip and Makeup series where we just sit and apply some makeup together, drink some coffee or whatever you want to drink depending on what time of day it is. I'm drinking some coffee and we're just gonna sit down and put our makeup on together. Today's video is all drugstore makeup, so everything I use today is from the drugstore. I did end up buying the CoverGirl Clean Fresh foundation, concealer, and the powder as well. So we're using those today and a bunch of other drugstore makeup. So if you're interested in getting ready with me and just sitting and playing with some makeup, please keep watching and let's go ahead and get started. So I wanted to do another Sip and Makeup episode because it's been a few weeks since I've done one, and today I just wanted to use all drugstore makeup. I got a few new things from the CoverGirl Clean Fresh collection. One of you actually requested that I try out some of those things, so I have that and just some other drugstore makeup I already had in my collection, so I figured I would just sit down and have a cup of coffee with you and we'll just do some makeup. I'm just going to do something pretty quick and easy today, so I hope you guys enjoy this. First thing I'm going to use is my Believe Beauty Brighten Up Color Correcting Concealer. I'm going to get some on my finger and just pat that in. Already looking better. So this is my first Sip and Makeup video since we moved, but I really want to get back into filming these. Okay, so now that I have a little bit of corrector on, I am going to try out the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I got mine in the shade Fair Light. I will say I did have a hard time picking a shade in this. A lot of the shades looked pretty pink to me. This shade is Fair Light and it looked the least pink. I was gonna go with light originally, but it looked super pink. And then light medium looked too dark for me. So I went with Fair Light and we'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. It's very liquidy, as you can see. Hopefully this color is okay for me. I'm just going to take this BH Cosmetics brush. This is actually a blush brush, but I like to use it for foundation sometimes. And I'm just gonna spread this out. I think this foundation is definitely, I don't know that I'd even say it's a foundation. I think it's supposed to be more of a tinted moisturizer. It is definitely a very, very thin consistency. I can see why it's called skin milk because it feels very milky on the skin. It's very thin. It is a pretty finish though. As you can see, it's very radiant, so if you don't like something with a little bit of a glow to it, you're probably not gonna love this, but I do think the finish is pretty. Okay, so that was just our super light layer. That wasn't very much product at all. I'm gonna add a little more to the back of my hand and just get it directly on the brush here and try to build it up a little bit. I don't think this is gonna build up a ton though. So that's all I'm gonna use. So the finish is really nice. It's very pretty, but it's definitely, I would say, a light to a very light medium coverage. I'm just gonna get whatever is left on my hand and go over my face with my Wet n Wild sponge. So it does feel really nice on my skin. Like, it doesn't feel like I have a lot of makeup on my skin, which I like, and I think this might be something really nice for just day to day if you want to throw something on. It does not have SPF or anything, so you definitely need to put your SPF on first. For me, this is definitely more of a no makeup day kind of product, but it's pretty. I did also get the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Concealer in the same shade, which is Fair Light. So again, I had trouble picking a shade in the concealer. Most of them just looked really, really pink, and this was the only one that looked decent in terms of a shade for me. This is the shade Fair Light, so the same shade as the foundation. So I'm gonna go in with my damp sponge and lightly blend this out. So it's a little bit light for me, but not too bad. Definitely, again, a light to light medium coverage, but it's pretty for just throwing something on for very light coverage days, just for every day. It might be something to look into if you like a radiant finish. The concealer looks pretty good, but it's definitely very light coverage. So if you are concerned about dark circles or anything like that, I would probably use a corrector of some kind underneath it, because this is probably not going to cover what you're wanting to cover, but it's pretty. As you can see, it's not covering all of my discoloration on my cheeks, but that's fine. For every day, I like this kind of base. So we will move on to powder, and so I actually got the Clean Fresh powder, and I got two of them. I got the shade Fair and the shade Light. And I did this because SML here on YouTube, a lot of you probably watch her. I love her videos. She did a video and she used these powders as her coverage on her face. She didn't even use anything underneath. She just used the powder. She used a lighter shade in the center of her face and under her eyes, and then she went a shade darker for the rest of her face. And I thought that was just very interesting, and I've just seen so many people talking about this powder, so I decided to give it a try. So I am first going to go in with the shade Light, and I want to see if we get any more coverage if we put this on top. It does come with this little powder thing, but I think I'm going to use my own brush. She used a big powder brush, kind of like this one. So I think I'm just going to go straight in. This is the Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm just going to start powdering all over and see what happens. It looked amazing on her. She has gorgeous skin though, no foundation. But the end product on her looked so beautiful. So I wanted to try it and see. Okay, so that's just one pretty light layer there. I don't think it added a ton of coverage, but this is a pretty fluffy brush, so I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of coverage from that. I actually think I might go in with this sponge. She did that as well. She went in with, I believe it was a Real Techniques sponge that she used. So I'm going to go right in to the powder and see if we can build this coverage up at all. I think the sponge that she used was the new Real Techniques powder sponge, I want to say. I could be wrong, but I think that's what she used. I don't have that. So this is definitely taking down the shine quite a bit on my face, which is fine with me because that Skin Milk foundation is very, very glowy. I'm just going to keep going and see if we can build it up. I'm definitely not getting a ton of coverage, but I do think that this is kind of smoothing out my skin a little bit. It definitely looks like it's kind of blurring my pores a little bit, which is interesting. Still not giving a ton of coverage though. I'm gonna go in now with the shade Light, or I'm sorry, the shade Fair, which is a little bit lighter. And I'm gonna use this with this Real Techniques, I believe this is their contour brush. And for this, I'm gonna go under my eyes, over where we put that concealer. Well, that definitely brightened up under my eye. I'm also gonna bring this fair shade in the center of my face. Not giving tons of coverage, but it's giving some. The finish of my skin looks very smooth. And I'm assuming it's from this powder because it didn't look like that before I used it. So that looks pretty nice actually. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with a little more of the light shade, and I'm gonna use a different brush. This is actually a Sephora collection brush, and it's a little bit of a different shape. It's kind of slanted, I guess, but I thought this might work a little bit better than that super fluffy brush. So let's try this out. So I'm just gonna go in and try to build up this powder a little bit. What's interesting to me about this is powder, but yet it doesn't really look like powder on my face. It's very creamy looking still, even though it's powder. It's very interesting. And it feels very silky, very smooth, very airbrushed feeling on your face. Wow. Okay, so that kind of helped. This brush worked a lot better. This, I believe you can still get from Sephora. It's just their powder brush, I think is what it's called. I'll put the exact name in the description box, but I use this brush a lot. It's a really good one just for powder all over your face, but that seemed to work really well with this. Better than the Real Techniques powder brush. I think this one's a little too fluffy. That's awesome. So it's not covering everything, but I think it looks really pretty for day to day. I'm liking it. What do you guys think? I like it. For some bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Butter Bronzer. I haven't used this in a little bit. This is just the original bronzer shade. And then for blush, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Satin Blush in the shade Peony. I love this blush. So, so pretty. It's a perfect pink with just a little bit of a peachy tint to it. I love it. So pretty. Love it. Get a sip of coffee here. I want to go in with a little bit more of the Fair CoverGirl powder. I'm going to go over the very center of my face again. And then for the eyebrows, I'm just going to take my e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil, and I'm just going to lightly fill in my brows. So you guys will have to let me know if you've tried this CoverGirl Clean Milk line, if you've tried the powder or the foundation or anything. I feel like I've seen pretty mixed reviews on it. Some people seem to really love it, and other people didn't love it that much. I know they did also have a cream blush. I didn't end up getting that, but I am kind of curious about it. Okay, so I'm just lightly filling in my eyebrows. If If you need a new drugstore brow pencil, this one is so nice from e.l.f. And then I'm just gonna go in with my Believe Beauty Clear Brow Gel, like always. You guys, I'm still waiting on my e.l.f. Wow Brow. I ordered it from Ulta back at the end of September, and I ordered some other things too, and I don't know what happened, but my order was lost basically, and I had to call them, and it turned into this huge thing, and they finally shipped me out a new box of my stuff. I still have not got it, and today is, what is today? The 18th of October. I ordered it, I want to say the last week of September. Still don't have it. So I'm waiting for the e.l.f. Wow Brow to come in, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Let's see, what do I want to do? You know what? I think I'm going to take that eyebrow pencil. I've never done this before, so we'll see how this goes. And I'm just going to take my e.l.f. pencil and very lightly just smudge this along my lash line. And then I am going to take a little fluffy brush and my butter bronzer, and I'm just going to try to smudge that out along my lash line. Figured maybe this eyebrow pencil would be good for this if I want just a really easy eye look. And then I'm just taking my butter bronzer again with a big fluffy brush and just lightly fluffing this in my crease and all the way up to my brow bone. And same thing on this eye. And then I think I've never tried this combination before, ever. I'm going to take the Maybelline Color Strike in the shade Hustle and add a little bit of this to my outer corner. And then just kind of blend up into the crease. I don't know why, it's just what I'm in the mood for. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes, except I may take a little bit of the Color Strike on the outer half of my lower lash line, and then blend that out with that same little fluffy brush. And I think that's all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow. I just want to do something really easy. I'm going to curl my lashes now. And then I am going to take the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl mascara. My favorite, probably my favorite drugstore mascara ever. And apply a little bit of this. This one's starting to get a little bit dry. I need to get a new one. This, you guys, is so good. If you like more of a lengthening mascara, like Benefit Roller Lash, you would love this. So I'm just gonna do 2 coats of this. So you guys, please leave all of your video requests in the comments, because I really love to see what you guys want to see. So if you have any video ideas for me, please leave them in the comments. I do keep a running list of video ideas that you guys give me, and I really love them. So keep them coming. Definitely leave a comment and let me know what your idea is. And for lips, I'm going to use this lip liner from the e.l.f. Retro Paradise collection. This is the one that comes in a lip kit with a few other lip liners. They're really good. They're like $10 for all 3 or all 4 lip liners, and they're really good quality. So I'm just gonna kind of fill in my lip with that. And then I'm gonna use the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Silk. And just apply a little bit of this. These are so good too. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Finally, I'm just gonna take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh spray, spray my face, and go over it with my sponge. And that's it. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love these kinds of videos. I love the Sip and Makeup series. I hope you guys do too. I'm pretty impressed with these CoverGirl products, I will say. Definitely the most intrigued by the powder. I do like the foundation and the concealer, but I am very curious to keep trying this powder with other products and maybe to try it on its own and see how it does. But I love this all drugstore makeup look, really quick and easy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Remember, simply be you. Bye.